What's good YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Large Conditioning. In today's video we'll talk about if you need to train with barbells, as well as some pros and cons for training with them. Let's get right into it. First up, some pros for using barbells. They provide a lot of stimulus due to the ability to load up the most weight, which also means you can get away with less sets than you otherwise wouldn't be able to do so, which means you can get away with spending less time in the gym and at the same time making superior progress compared to machine work. Unlike machines, they're able to hit more muscles at the same time and require more of your ability to stabilize. With barbells, you have less need for direct isolation work. It will still be there as you'll have weaknesses you need to address. They just won't be at the same level if you're using machines only. And they're more transferable to everyday life because of the increased demands throughout the whole body. With barbells, you get a lot more bang for your buck. In other words, you get more out of the work you put in compared to using machines, which still have their place. If you are a busy person and needs a minimalistic program, then a barbell is very much needed to have because it gives so much stimulus. This reduces the amount of exercises that you need to do to get the best gains possible. So for very busy people or people who just don't want to spend a lot of time in the gym, barbells is basically a must do. The same goes for people who have sport specific goals such as powerlifting or just want to be as strong as possible without having to go as far as to compete in powerlifting. Let's talk some cons. While barbells comes with a lot of pros, they also have some cons that needs to be taken into account. These things needs to be considered before you make your own program or buy due to the amount of loads that they can give, which also will create a lot of fatigue. This isn't a bad thing by any means, it's just something to be aware of. It means if you do 3 sets of barbell bench press or 3 sets of dumbbell bench press with the same relative load of your 1RM, it will tire you out more. Because the absolute load you can lift on a barbell is higher, which creates a high demand as well as forces both sides to work equally hard in order to stabilize the barbell. It is much harder to hide and get away with strength imbalances on a barbell, plus the increased load. Rough estimates people can lift 5 to 10% heavier with a barbell versus dumbbell. Another con is that they can take more time to warm up with compared to using dumbbells or machines, especially once you get strong. Due to the amount of load you can move, you also need more time in between sets to recover properly, as well as increased demands of stabilization. Due to the fixed hand position, it can be tough for some people to do barbell work. Some may even experience pain or discomfort in the wrist on barbell pressing movements because the locks an arm in a path they might not be able to do. It can be trained over time, however, you need to spend time before you can get to that point. Barbells has a lot of pros, however has some drawbacks. You can still make great gains without them, especially if you use dumbbells. So you do not need to use barbells, however they are a very good option. Comment down below if there's anything related to today's video you would like me to cover. Thank you for watching, comment, like and subscribe. Large Conditioning, signing out, have a good one.